Gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall.
So I'm going to start back on my mat today, and I'm going to start kneeling over my bolster. That's your choice, obviously, how you like to sit. Only because I feel that my spine and my pelvis are a little bit more comfortable when I'm kneeling rather than sitting or sitting on a block. It's quite an uncomfortable position. Depends on your knees, of course. So just make sure that the pelvis is either tilting, forward or back. You can just feel the pelvis move a little bit. And then find a comfortable place for the pelvis to sit. And then everything starts to drop into place with the spine, the rib cage, and the belly. And relax the shoulders. Let the shoulders just soften away from the ears. And you feel this length between the earlobes and the collarbones starting to enter as you breathe in. And you might choose to close the eyes. You might choose to take a soft gaze down at the floor. But begin to come to your rhythm of breath, breathing in and out of equal length. And as you breathe, you notice that you're starting to focus inward a little bit more on the breath. Maybe on the length, maybe how deep the breath is. Maybe you're breathing deep into the abdomen, the belly area, making sure that the diaphragmatic breathing is working really well for you. And it's comfortable and it's easy. And you're not forcing it. Allow the facial expression to soften. Soften around the eyes, the temples, the forehead. Soften into the cheeks, the jaw, and the teeth. And just relax through the lips and the tongue. You can give yourself a little body scan all the way from the crown of the head down through the spine, into the hips, the legs, and into the feet. Just check in, see how your body feels this morning. And ensuring that you're in the present moment, being completely present on your mat, not letting distractive thoughts come in and take you away. And continuing our month of March through movement, I'd like you to find even further exploration, experimentation, and discovery through movement, through Vinyasa flow, through flow state of the mind. And maybe as we move through our sequence today, adding little embellishments that feel good for you. Yoga is an individual practice, and it's really not about, what the posture looks like. It's more about what it feels like for you. So finding those little moments of movement in a posture. When things don't seem to be going the way you want, you have a choice to make: resist or welcome calm and peace. Resisting causes stress and anxiety, and most of us tend to dwell on how we want things to go and become stressed out. But if you release the control, you allow what needs to happen to play out as it's supposed to. And many factors are at work, and we can't know how it all fits together yet. So today in your practice, choose to cease resisting and allow that calm and peace to enter. And what I mean by that in our practice is, if there's a challenge or an obstacle that comes up for you, find a way around it, find a way over it, find a way to overcome, not to resist, but to find calm, peace, and comfort. Making modifications as and when you need to. Taking a deeper breath in and just sigh out through the mouth. Wiggling the fingers, moving the hands, circling the wrists, circling the shoulders, gently opening the eyes, lifting the arms up above the head, interlacing the fingers and pressing the palms away. Take the gaze up to the fingers, and you can bend the elbows here and straighten and bend and straighten. Again, just making embellishments as they feel comfortable and right for you. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Feel the ribcage really, really stretch, the sides of the body stretch. And then keeping that stretch through the ribcage and the waist, start to draw the shoulders away from the ears, but not collapsing through the body. Bringing the head center, release the hands in front of you. So you're going to push the knuckles away and scoop through the belly and round through the spine, dropping the chin towards the chest. Take a few deep breaths here. Keep pulling the belly back towards the lower back and the lower back backwards. Keep dropping the chin towards the chest, stretching the neck. And then nice and gently lift the arms, circle as you release the hands, and take the hands back behind you, interlacing the fingers once more. Draw the elbows in towards one another as you press the knuckles away, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze, keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Neck is long, not compressed. Press the knuckles a little bit down, a bit more. Deep breaths, and then gently release, and you can come off of your bolster. Slide that out to the side, and let's come with our legs out in front of us. So just find a nice comfortable position here. You can just sway from side to side onto the sit bones, and just get the feet a little bit moving after being in that kneeling position for a bit. So you can start to circle the toes, wiggle, rotate through the ankles. You can draw the knees up and flex the feet, and then point the feet, stretching through the arches. So again, embellishment of your own. I want you to explore the body, sitting nice and tall. Spine is long. So we're just going to give ourselves a little warm up through the spine. Breathing in, the arms raise. Breathing out, the arms flow to the feet. You pull back the arms to the body and breathe in once more, arms raised. Exhale, fingertips go towards the feet, letting the head and neck relax. Pull back twice more, breathing in. And breathing out, letting go. Remember, we're warming up, so we don't have to force these. Last time, breathing in and breathing out. Stay there for a moment's breath. 2 to 3 breaths, just in that gentle forward fold. You can always soften and bend the knees, but try to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Let the head relax towards the knees. Breathe through the back body, through your spine here. Then nice and slowly, you're going to roll up through the spine. The hands come back behind you, just back by the hips. Fingertips face forward or out to the side. And then just draw the elbows in. So you're kind of pinching the shoulder blades together. And again, you can point the feet here if you prefer. You can keep the knees bent, but lift up out of the lower back and give yourself that little back extension. Draw the shoulder blades together, elbows try and meet into the midline, looking towards the sky or looking forward. Again, finding what works for your head and neck this morning. Take a few deep breaths. So we're going to put a little bit of movement into there. We're going to sweep the hands forward along the mat. We circle the arms up and back. They come back and we come into that back extension. So dropping chin towards the chest, head towards the knees, hands towards the feet. Sweep up, circle the arms, really opening up the shoulder girdle. And then opening up into that back extension twice more. Sweep along. Hopefully your forward fold is getting a little deeper as the hamstrings and the spine start to warm up. And last time, sweeping along. Lengthening the spine as you come up, circling the arms. And then breathing in for a couple of breaths here. Keep nice and lifted. So we're not compressing into the spine. We're really lengthening up the spine. That's it. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Sorry, I got a little tickle in my throat today. A bit dry. And then nice and slowly bring yourself center. I'm going to lift the knees up towards one another. So here you can place a block in between your knees if you like, because that keeps the legs nice and stable. We're going to come into our TP twist, so sitting nice and tall. Reach the arms up, and then left arm goes towards the right knee as a little bit of leverage, and you take the right arm back behind you into that twist. Sweep the arms up and over, arc them, and then right arm crosses over to left knee. Repeat that 3 times. So sweeping up and over. Elbow goes to knee, so that elbow isn't pushing that knee in. You're pushing that knee towards the elbow. You've got a little bit of force against each other. Twisting to the other side. Last time, sweep up and over, right and left. Breathing in as you lengthen, breathing out as you deepen the rotation. So the last time, we're going to come up and over and stay for 3 breaths. Over on the right side. And remember, you're pushing that knee against the forearm and the forearm against the knee. Active force. Breathing in and out, drawing abdomen in. Breathing deep into the organs here. And breathing in, lifting the arms up, taking it to the other side. Keep the feet nice and firmly planted. Lovely. Good. And then bring yourself back into center. We're going to take the legs wide, so they don't have to be too wide. They can be about a 45 degrees or an L shape. Again, give yourself that little wiggle room on the sit bones so you can really find your position. Sit nice and tall. The feet can be pointed, flexed, or relaxed. This time we lift the arms up and we turn the body kind of sideways. So you're going to draw your right shoulder towards the right thigh, and then reach the arm down towards the ankle or to the mat, and reach up and over. So your crescent side bending here. From here, we turn the chest towards the thigh. Keep drawing that left sit bone back, and then circle all the way through the center. And the head comes to the left knee. And then we start to open up the rib cage here and open up to the side, bringing yourself back into center. Remember, so left shoulder pushes forward, bring back. So left shoulder twists, reaching up and over, keeping grounded through the right sit bone. Breathe in to lengthen, breathe out, taking the fold so the chest releases, head down to the knee, that's it. Bring yourself through center. So your head comes to your right knee, your chest is facing your thigh, and then you start to release the arm on the inside or the outside as you crescent side bend to that right leg, and then press yourself up. And you're really pulling back this left shoulder, reaching the right arm forward, and bring center. Let's try that once more. So, twisting torso, dropping the arm, feel this flow with the breath. Exhale, release over the leg. Inhale, walk the hands through the center part. Exhale, over to the left side. Inhale, the arm comes up to the sky and you rotate the rib cage. And then exhale, come back up to center. And then inhale, center. Let's go the other way. Turn left shoulder forward, looking along the palm. Arm comes down, crescent side bend over. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk through the center line to the other side. Keep pulling the belly back towards the lower back, protecting the spine. Crescent side bend. Lift up. And then bring yourself center. So last time, I'm not going to talk, just find the flow of the breath for you. So twisting. You've got a number of rotations and twists and folds through the spine here. Hopefully each time getting a little bit more depth, more release, a little bit easier. This is our last time. And then release the hands, lift the knees together, bring the soles of the feet into center. Take the hands underneath the thighs. Maybe you clasp hold of the elbows and let the head and the neck relax towards the knees. Roll up through the spine, the hands come back behind you, and then just drop the knees over, releasing into the hips. So trying to really draw the back knee down as much as the front. Once more to each side. And then bring yourself up and swing the legs around. So coming into tabletop. And in tabletop, we're going to start with those little hip circles. So you can start to circle the hips forward and back. If you're on a hard surface, just pad out the back knees. Really spreading the fingers here. So making sure that you've got as much kind of ground position as you can, drawing the thumbs in towards the center and the little fingers towards the outside of the mat. Circle the other way. Again, closing the eyes, breathing and embellishing. Exploring and discovering your body this morning. Now this time we're going to figure of 8. So you can start to draw a figure of 8 with the hips and maybe the head and the body follow. Really find that little link of the infinity symbol, never ending. And then that figure of 8 goes the other way, probably backwards. Always a bit weird. Head, neck, shoulders, spine, hips. And then bring yourself back into center. Big toes touch. Knees go wide. Just give yourself a wiggle room before you come into your wide leg child's pose. Hands reaching forward. Again, stretching the fingers and then lengthening the spine as you bring the head down towards the mat. Now taking a moment of peace, calm, rest, preparing for practice. And at this point, inviting an intention. So maybe your intention is something about, not resisting. So I am calm, I am at peace, I am comfortable. And walking the left hand to meet the right, over to the right side of your mat. Lift up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisted child's pose here, really drawing the right side of the body to the right thigh. Maybe the hands come underneath the head if that's too tight for the shoulders. Breathe in and out. Walk the fingertips back through the center and over to the left. Lift up, lengthen. And then exhale, see if you get a little extra inch of stretch. Keep drawing the right hip back to the right heel. Breathe in and out here. Walk the hands back. And inhale, tabletop. Find your cat and cow here. So find the breath, inhaling, looking forward, reminding yourself of really spreading those palms and pushing away from the mat. Exhale into your cat. So again, you can embellish by tucking the toes for your cow and releasing to the tops of the feet for your cat. And then last time, coming up into that cat, really pulling the belly up towards the spine, dropping chin towards chest, pressing away from the mat. And then come back into neutral. So right leg goes back behind you. You're just going to press into the toe beds. You can keep the knee bent if you like here. And you're just going to press and stretch. Keeping the long line of your body, imagine your crown of your head is reaching forward. You're looking at the front of your mat. And your head, shoulders, hips, and heel are all in alignment. Start to lift the left arm as you lift the right leg. Reach, 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 reach. And then exhale, draw the elbow in towards the knee, into the center. 3 of these. Inhale, lengthen. Stabilize through that left knee, right hand. Inhale, lengthen away and stretch. Exhale, drawing in. The last time we inhale, we open up the left arm and we open up the right knee. Into tiger, pressing away, lifting the chest, looking forward, smiling. And then releasing. Left leg goes back. Press into those toe beds. You can keep the knee bent. Stretching, long line once more. So if you're feeling that your buttocks are lifting up a little bit here and the back is arching, just pull the pelvis down a little bit. And then slowly together, right arm, left leg lift on your inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch away. Exhale, draw elbow to knee, curling through the spine. Inhale, reach away. Controlled coordination. A little bit of core strength needed and flow of breath. Third time comes in. Fourth time reaches away and then open up. So we want to open up that left hip, left knee, reaches up to the sky. You might take hold of the foot. That's okay. If you're not, you're just reaching back, or you can keep both hands down. Look forward, lift the chest, give yourself a smile, and release. Take it back. Active child's pose this time. Knees, feet together, up onto the fingertips, and the belly lengthens over the thighs. Maybe the head comes to a block or to the mat. Find a breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen to child's. And then tucking the toes, preparing to come into your first downward facing dog of practice. Hopefully a little bit warmer, pedaling out through the feet. Releasing one heel at a time as you start to feel the leg stretching from Achilles right up through the back of the calf, the knee, the hamstring. Maybe introducing a little twist again, just finding a little bit of free movement. Embellishing these down dog warm-ups. And then when you're ready, taking a nice deep exhale, releasing both heels together. Getting the ears in between the biceps. Pressing the chest back towards the thighs. Palms are really spread. And you're really kind of supporting yourself through each finger bed, thumb bed, the heels of the hands. Then looking forward, walking the feet, taking the time. You can tiptoe in all the way to the front of your mat. Take the feet hip width, and this is where we start to connect our feet to the mat. Lengthen the spine away and get really free of any belly and hips here, so you can sway from side to side and let the head drop and release. So bend the knees as much as you can, bend the ankles, really get the belly down to the thighs so you've got that complete connection. And just notice here as you fold, are the knees coming in towards one another, or are you keeping them nice and engaged through the inner thighs and they're pressing out to the sides of your mat? Release the hands and then start to roll up slowly. Your choice, either pulling the belly back to the spine and rolling up through each and every vertebra, or maybe you prefer to come up with a flat back. So as we come into standing into Tadasana, maybe you bring the toes together at this point. You feel the connection of the toes. You can lift the heels so you can adjust your weight. Roll the shoulders down. Again, just finding that mountain pose. We're strong through the feet, not gripping the toes too much. We're spreading the toes out, making sure that we can feel each and every toe. Ankles are strong, pulling up through the lower quads. Maybe close the eyes here and just feel what it's like to stand. So let's come into our steady and slow flow, releasing the hands by the hips into chair pose. So you can fold down again if you need to, widen the feet at this point. Hands might be in line with the shoulders, or they might be up towards the ears. Sit down a little bit more. And then bring the hands into the heart center, into your twist. So left elbow comes to right knee, and keep those knees nice and level. Don't draw that left knee or left hip forward. You can have an option here of releasing the left hand down towards the right foot and opening up the right arm, getting a deeper, deeper twist, pressing the back of the hand to the left side of your mat. From here, you bring the hands back in once more and you shift the weight into the right foot by lifting the left toe, left foot away from the mat, drawing the heel in towards the buttock. Step back and take a low lunge here. So we drop that left knee and we're twisting towards the right knee. Draw the hands in. And release the hands and open up into a twist. So maybe gazing back towards the right palm. From here, we sweep the arms up into a nice crescent lunge, sinking the hips. Gaze can be up to the thumbs or forward. And little back bend here. Drawing abdomen in. Nice, beautiful. Sink, 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 and breathe and lengthen. Then nice and slowly release the hands and just send that leg back into your tabletop. So cat and cow here for one round, dropping through the belly, looking forward, exhale into cat. We're going to come into dragon lunge sequence. Right foot comes forward, opening up the heel if you wish, and sinking the hips a little deeper. So again, the knee tracks over the middle toe if you're opening up that right side. Give yourself that little bit of free movement, rocking from side to side. Maybe coming down onto blocks or onto the forearms. Again, you've got that long line. Crown of head reaches forward. Shoulders, hips, and heel. So again, choosing options that work for you. Tucking the back toe, lifting up the leg. Rocking forwards and back. And maybe you come up into a high lizard as well, up onto the fingertips or blocks. And then this is a little bit of a transition here, so go easy. So left hand comes down. We're going to keep the flexion into that left foot, and you're going to roll over onto the outer edge of your left foot. So you might wish to move the right foot in a little bit. We're dropping the hip, sweeping the arm back to the leg, and then lifting the hip and the arm goes over. If this is too much for you on the left palm, you can always come down to the forearm, and you can, of course, release the left knee down to the mat. So 3 of these, nice sweep overs. Lift, 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 lift the hip and transition safely again, really bearing in mind you're transitioning up onto those toes. Good. We're going to send that leg right back into a downward facing dog. Exhaling and then finding a connecting vinyasa. So your connecting vinyasa is either chaturanga or up dog. Round position cobra. Back to child's pose or down dog. Holding, pausing for a couple of breaths. Looking forward, walking the feet towards the hands. Come back into the front of your mat. Again, lengthen the spine, get the belly free, chest, belly down to the thighs, sway from side to side. This time, we're going to start to lengthen through the back of the legs, coming into full uttanasana, so feet can be apart or together, lifting the sit bones and lengthening through the calves, back of the knees, back of the hamstrings. Let the head relax. And then bend, roll up through the spine, or bring yourself up to standing. However you feel comfortable, returning to Tadasana, mountain pose at the front, bringing toes together, heels might be slightly out to the side. Good. And just finding a steady breath, returning back to this standing position and reminding ourselves that we have 2 sides to work with, so trying to find the balance onto the left. So we come into that chair Chair flow, first of all. So we sweep the hands by the side of the legs. We reach as we lengthen the spine. Draw the belly in. Hands might be at shoulder height or biceps towards the ears. Sit back a little bit more. Draw the hands in towards the heart space. Take the twist, right elbow, left knee. Reminding yourself to pull back the right hip. Choosing the option, releasing the hands, opening the chest to the left side of your mat. Bring back into the prayer. Shift the weight into the left. Be really strong and focused here as you lift the right toes. Pulling the heel in towards the buttock. Steady, steady, steady. Slowly step back and release into your twisted low lunge. Good. Release the hands. Open up. Look towards the back. And then sweep the hands up into your crescent lunge. Sinking the hips forward. Little back bend. Gaze can be up to the thumbs or towards the back, towards the front of your mat. Dropping shoulders, lengthening rib cage, hands come down, and you step that left leg back into tabletop for a round of cat and cow. So your cow comes first on your inhale, and exhale into cat. Coming into neutral, left leg steps forward, finding either that winged dragon, sending the knee out over the middle toe, and dropping the hips, giving yourself a little wiggle room, right and left. Good. Hands come down, or you might wish to come down onto the forearms or blocks. Trying to lift the right hip, try not to drop the right hip too much here, so you keep the right hip nice and symmetrical with the left, maybe tucking the back toe, straightening up through the right leg, and just rolling forwards and backwards, and then coming up onto palms, fingertips, or blocks for your high lizard. So taking that transition nice and carefully into that really flexed foot of the right leg, hand comes down, we roll onto the flexed foot, the arm sweeps back to the leg, lifting the hip, and the arm sweeps over. That's it, keep lifting the hip up there. Nice, and then we drop the hip, stretch, stretch, stretch the arm back to the foot, twice more, lift up. It's really important to get that flexed foot if you're not with the knee down. So if you're with the knee down or on the forearm, this is your variation. Last time, transition safely, tucking that back toe. We're going to sweep that leg back into your downward facing dog and prepare for your connecting vinyasa of choice, chaturanga up dog, knees down, ground position, cobra. Take it back to down dog for a couple of breaths. Looking forward to the hands and just walking the feet. Exhale, belly, chest, all the way down over the thighs, coming into that full Uttanasana once more by releasing the hands and lifting the sit bones, making sure the weight is nice and equal in the feet. You're not swaying backwards. And then nice and slowly release and roll up through the spine. Take time. Come in to mountain pose, Tadasana. Once more. Close the eyes. Take a moment to breathe. Just process right and left of chair flow, lunge flow, dragon flow. We're going to come into a warrior flow now. A little bit of variation with the arms. So this is a figure of 8. So the hands come back and they circle back around over the head. Elbows pull back. Imagine you've got plates on your hands. So feet are together at the front of the mat. Sorry, David. There we go. So the hands go over the head. Release. Try one at a time. So imagine you've got a plate on that hand and you circle it back around over the head. It's like a lasso, basically. Try one at a time. Good. Try the other arm. You're lassoing figure of 8 over the top of the head, and then see if you can put both of them together. It doesn't matter, again, what it looks like. It's about what it feels like. And this is where we introduce a fold. So we release when the elbows come back to the hips. The head releases, the hands release. And guess what? You come up into your upward salute. So elbows come down, you fold. Lovely. Head releases as the hands touch and scoop down the mat. And you breathe up into your salute. Lovely. Let's go twice more. So release, exhale, inhale. Elbows pull back as high as they can. Release the body over the thighs. This time we roll, roll, roll all the way down. Hands come down, we half lift. Inhale, lengthen the spine away. And then exhale, step back with the right leg. And find your warrior 1 position. So placing the back foot. We sweep the hands up and start to find warrior 1 here by bending through the front knee and trying to pull the right hip forward. Okay, so this is your warrior 2 position, warrior 1, hips are facing forward. Nice, good. Maybe the arms raise into Vira Mudra. You can always do, again, choosing your options of warrior 1. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is change sides so that I can come into the warrior flow and still face you. So bend a little deeper. We really want to plant that back foot. So it's a tiny little movement of the back ankle. That's it. You want to roll the ankle away from you. Draw the right hip forward. We're going to open up into warrior 2. So maybe you wiggle the feet and you widen the stance. Good. Palms face down. Arms are nice and long in line with the shoulders. Roll the shoulders here. Get them away from the ears. And bend a little deeper as you look along the middle finger. So we're going to come into reverse warrior. Reaching the arm up and back. And then rolling it over into side angle. So we do this 3 times. Rolling back into reverse. Your legs stay exactly where they are. You go deeper if anything. Beautiful. Good. Find the breath. The last time. We come back into reverse. And we straighten the front leg. Imagine pulling those inner thighs together. Reach, reach, reach back a bit more. And then we windmill the arms over. Stretch, stretch, stretch all the way into triangle. So really open up through that rib cage here where we warmed up in our side stretches, wide leg seated folds. Maybe an extended triangle, arm comes over the top of the head, palm face down. Nice. Bring yourself back through warrior 2, coming into a balance. Half moon pose. So if you've got a block handy, you can always use that, or a wall. We're going to step forward. Keep the back foot down until you stabilize your balance. Try not to rush this, and I want you to find the balance nice and easy and comfortable. Maybe the top hand stays on the hip, or it comes up to the sky, palm faces forward. Flex and point the foot of your lifted leg. Changing the gaze here adds challenge. So if you're looking down at the mat, that's the easiest point for gaze and drishti. Choosing a Chapasana option, the right hand takes the right foot. Find the balance. Breathe, hold, smile, relax, calm, peace. No resistance. Release the hand, release the leg, slowly release back to warrior. And windmill the hands over. Frame the front foot. Nice long lunge. Send it back. Downward facing dog. You can take an option here of a child's pose, or you can have your connecting vinyasa. Lovely. Great balances. Couple of breaths in your down dog. Now your choice here, stepping or hopping to the front of your mat. So if you're going to hop, bend the knees, and you might do 1 or 2 little bunny hops. And then inhale, lengthen the spine away, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, arms raise. Bring yourself to standing. And exhale, return to Tadasana. Good. How are we feeling? We okay? We good? All right. Obviously got warrior flow on the left. And this is our last standing flow before we come down onto the mat. So we do 3 of those figure of 8s. So you pull back, release the head and body. Inhale, arms open. Figure of 8s, elbows pull back. Arms, head release. Inhale. Last time. Folding down. And inhale, upward salute. This one is a super slow one. So you melt the chest, you pull the arms back and release the hands and head. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step back, left leg this time. Find your warrior 1 position. Plant the back foot. And that foot can be either in line with the front heel or a little bit wider. Give you a bit more stability in the stance. Really plant through all of the back foot. Remember that rolling of the ankle. It's tiny, tiny, tiny. Start drawing the hip forward, bending into the front knee. Draw the abdomen in. Reach the arms up. Maybe find that Vira Mudra. And then open it up. Wiggle the feet if you need to widen the stance for warrior 2. And settle in. Good. Looking along, middle finger. Roll the shoulders here. Drop the hips a little bit more as you bend into the knee. We're going to do those 3 reverse warriors to side angles. So inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill to side angle. Roll the ribcage open. Arm waves over the top of the head. Lovely. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Maybe the elbow just rests on the knee or it comes down. That's a deeper. Yeah, lovely. Last time. Bend a little deeper. We're going to come into that reverse. We're going to straighten the front leg, draw those inner thighs together, reach that top fingers back a little further. Good. So we're going towards the back. Lovely triangle. So we windmill it over. Hand just rests on the shin. Try not to roll the ribcage over here, but roll it open and think about stacking joints. So wrist above shoulder, shoulder above wrist. If you wish to, you can go into extended triangle. Top arm comes over, bicep to ear, palm face down. Good. Bend into your warrior 2 as you come up. And prepare for your final standing balance of half moon. So stepping forward. Big step. Keep the foot down, find the balance, stabilize through the supporting leg. Maybe you have a block. And the hand can come to the hip or to the sky. Flex and point that lifted leg. Change the gaze, open the chest. Nice, lift the leg a little more. And then choose the option, taking hold of the back foot. See if you can touch the toes. Lift, lift, lift. Open, open, open. Beautiful. Lift the knee a bit more. Open the rib cage a bit more. And then release the hand, release the leg. Softly back into warrior two. Amazing. You're nearly there. Windmill the hands over, frame the front foot with a nice long lunge, step it back into your downward facing dog and choose your child's pose or your last and final connecting vinyasa. And whatever you've chosen, take the breaths. Know that you have an amazing, beautiful, strong, flowing, fluid, expressive work. And then lowering the knees, take the hands back to the heels, rest the belly, the chest over the thighs, let the head relax to the mat. Whilst you're here, just draw back into that intention, your own personal intention. I am calm. I am at peace. Let's roll up through the spine. Come into kneeling, thunderbolt pose. Draw the heels in towards one another. Sit nice and tall. Roll the shoulders down the back and lengthen the spine. Just notice how you feel now after, well, almost an hour of movement, almost an hour. And just notice if you feel that you have been tested or if you have felt ease and comfort through the practice and where you were tested and how you kind of reacted and responded to those challenges. Now we're going to swing the legs around. You might need to shuffle yourself forward because we're going to come down onto our backs. But before we do, we're just going to sit nice and tall through the spine once more and take a long time to roll down through the spine. So close the eyes, drop the pelvis underneath, draw the belly back, relax the shoulders. So see if you can take as many counts as you can to roll down. Keep drawing in through the abdomen. Each and every vertebra comes down. There is at some point where it's going to be a little challenge. And relaxing back, drawing knees in and rolling and massaging out a little bit through the spine. Quite a lot of spinal work today, obviously in those standing postures and balances. Maybe widening the knees and just circling the hips out to the side, just freeing up the hip joint from the warriors and the lizards. So this is another little flow that we're going to come into. I think we did it last week. So it's the leg stretch, 1, 2, 3, pigeon, IT band, and half happy baby. So you can always use a strap, of course, or you can just use the hands. Right knee stays in towards the chest and you extend the left leg, either bent or straight. Really drop the belly into the spine and the spine in towards the mat. Draw the knee in. On your next exhale, extend the right leg up towards the sky. Let's breathe in and out in each pose. Your next exhale breath, The leg goes out to the right side. So you open up the hip. Take the leg out. Breathe in and out when you're there. Your next inhale, you draw the abdomen, use the core, lift the leg back into center. And as you exhale, you change the hand and you come over into a revolved leg stretch. So the right leg crosses over the body and reaches down towards the mat as you open up your right shoulder. Breathe in and out there. Next inhale, bring it back into center. Bend both knees on your exhale and you cross over into pigeon and interlace the fingers. Remember, flexing that right foot. Draw the left knee towards the chest and press the elbow to the right knee to leverage a little bit more depth in the pigeon. Notice if you're relaxing through the face and neck. Lift the left leg up towards the sky. See if you can draw those toes back towards you without lifting the tailbone away from the mat. Really lengthen the tailbone down. And then release the left foot, release the hands, and we roll onto the left hip as the right foot comes down. IT-band stretch, opening up the arms, chest to the sky. You can choose an option here again. Right hand takes left foot. Breathe in and out. And then release the hand. If you caught that foot, open it up. Right leg opens into half happy baby. So you draw the thigh down, press the sole of the foot up towards the sky. If your left leg is straight, try to draw the back of the knee downwards towards the mat and lengthen the hip flexor even more. So not up here, but lengthen, lengthen, lengthen the leg. Keep drawing that right thigh downwards towards the mat and then release the heel and let that leg go long all the way into Shavasana. Take a breath in, breath out. Notice how that right leg feels. Draw knees in, roll and massage out. Knees are together, knees are apart. Release into the hips a little bit, releasing into the spine. So we know where we're going. Leg stretch 1. Up above the head, out to the side, across the body into revolve, pigeon, IT-band stretch, half happy baby. Right leg extends, left knee stays in towards the chest. You can keep that right leg bent or draw the back of the knee down. Next exhale, extend the leg up towards the sky. Try to draw the belly back towards the spine, breathing in and out here. Noticing if there's any challenge here from the other side. Next exhale, we're going to take it out to the left. So opening up the hip, sending the leg out. Notice how heavy that leg is and wants to lift your right hip away from the mat so you can really draw down that right hip. Next inhale, bring it back into center and change the hands. Right hand comes across and you roll over onto your right hip for your revolved twist. Breathing in and out. And then breathing into center and bending both knees, coming into pigeon, interlacing the fingers, reminding yourself to flex that left ankle, pressing that right foot away to the right side of your mat. So the leverage of your left elbow pushing against your left knee and you're pulling your right knee towards your chest. Now extend the leg And keep the tailbone lengthened as you draw the toes towards the top of your mat. You might feel a little bit of deeper stretch there into that piriformis, the left glute. Release the right foot, release the hands. We roll over onto the right hip, IT band stretch, opening up that left knee to the sky, arms open, or you can choose that option of taking the right foot with the left hand. So you get an extra quad stretch there and an extra opening into your left shoulder. From here, we transition into half happy baby. So the right leg extends and the left leg draws in towards your rib cage and your thigh. Foot is flexed, sole of the foot pressing to the sky. And that right leg, draw the knee down, lengthen through the right hip flexor. Left heel goes to buttock and releases the left leg all the way along the mat. Take a moment just to respond, right and left legs. Relax everything, be in a place of calm and peace. Still becoming present with everything that you're doing, drawing the knees in once more, rolling, massaging out. And then keeping the knees just lifted, arms come out to the side. This is a little bit of core and waist kind of movement here, is that you're going to roll over onto the right hip and just drop the knees over without drawing the left shoulder away. So maybe the knees come to the mat, keep the ankles, the calves, the knees connected. Keep the left shoulder pulling down. Breathe in, bring back to center. So you roll over onto the left hip. Keep the right shoulder connected. Feet, calves, knees still together. And breathe in. Good work. Open up the hips. Find your last and final posture of full happy baby to finish off. And just roll from side to side. Just notice how your hips feel, how the spine feels. Coming back into center as you find stillness, lengthening the spine, drawing the tailbone, the coccyx, the pelvis downwards. So you're really lengthening the spine so that not lifting up the tailbone, but you're lengthening it down towards the end of the mat. Feet are pressing up to the sky, ankles are flexed, and you're drawing the knees downwards. Find a breath. And then release the heels, come into butterfly, soles of the feet come together, left hand onto the heart space, right hand onto the belly, and just allow the knees to open comfortably. If that means that the back arches, it's a natural process for your body to respond. You don't have to pull the belly down towards the back. Notice what that does if you do that to the hip flexors. Relax the elbows by the side of your body. Close the eyes and let's take 10 diaphragmatic breaths here. So you're breathing deep into the abdomen. The abdomen raises. Diaphragm pushes down as the lungs fill. And then as you exhale, the belly deflates and the diaphragm tucks back up underneath the rib cage. So really feel that diaphragm rising and falling. Taking a nice deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. Breathe normally, release the hands, lift the legs. And if there's something else that you just need to do before you come into your final relaxation in Shavasana, go ahead, do that, or just make yourself warm, make yourself comfortable. You can always use that bolster underneath the knees. Maybe a block comes underneath the head. And really feel all points of your back body connecting down to the mat. So you're really spreading out the shoulder blades. You're lifting up, drawing the middle and the upper back down. Make sure that you release the head and the neck from left to right, and then lift the chin towards the chest so you can feel that spine lengthen into the neck. And just flip the palms over, feel the inward rotation of your shoulders, and then flip the palms up, relax the elbows, the upper arms, and the fingers just gently curl. Relax through the rib cage, spread the rib cage out, relax the belly. Feel the spine soften and the hips feel heavy. Buttock muscles are not contracted. The legs are completely relaxed. There's no engagement. The ankles are relaxed and letting the feet fall out to the sides so you don't have to balance on top of the heel. You can relax the feet. Just wiggle the toes a little bit. Make sure that there's no tension there. And then find a steady breath as you make those final adjustments for stillness. Be present through Shavasana. Try not to let the mind be distracted. And I will leave you for a few moments of peace and quiet. I'll let you know when it's time to come back around. Beginning to take a few deeper breaths, bringing awareness back to your surroundings and onto your mat. Movement returns back to the hands, the feet, the head, choosing to stretch or draw the knees in and roll out. Again, it's always what your body needs to awaken from Shavasana. And taking time to return up to a comfortable seat. Maybe that's kneeling once more and bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra at heart center, just pressing the palms, the heels of the hands together, all fingers connected. And just take a moment just to feel now how you are after the practice, all the way from the head down to the toes, a little body scan, checking in. And return back to your own personal intention, whatever that may have been, and how that guided and supported you through the practice. Maybe there were some elements of challenge that you really felt that you wanted to resist against, but you opened and, accepted the challenge with calm and peace. And it's taking those intentions into your day and the rest of your week ahead. Always reminding yourself to thank your body and your breath. And I thank you for your wonderful flow and energy today. Thank you. Namaste.